Okay, folks, so this independent study project is going to form part of your culminating in January. So it's really important that you start working on it right away. And I will try to be as brief as possible, but still go over everything you need to know. So the first thing you need to do is choose a novel. Make sure it's a novel that is age appropriate. So not like Holes or something that you read in grade 6. And also not 50 Shades of Grey, and fill out the Google form when you've selected your novel. Hopefully it'll be something you haven't read before, that you're hoping to read. If you need suggestions or maybe you want to look at ebook options, send me an email and I'll try to help you out. But hopefully you can find something at your school library or at home that you can use. And once you think you have the book you want to use for this, you can fill out the Google form. That's right here. If you don't hear back from me within a week of filling out the Google form, it means that your novel has been approved. I will only reach out to people who I have questions or concerns about their selection. So once you have your book, the first thing obviously to do is start reading it. While you're reading it, you are going to create what we call a reading journal. Maybe you've done one of these in class before, but basically it's going to just be some kind of format where you will record your thoughts as you work through your book. Most commonly, students will elect to do a Google slide presentation just because they're very easy and they work well with this kind of assignment. You could also, if you want to step it up from that, a website, a blog, any other kind of digital format would be totally fine. Or if you're artistic and you want to do your own physical pen and paper kind of journal, that's fine too. Just keep in mind that you will eventually need to get it to me in a digital format. So just be prepared that you'll need to either take a bunch of pictures or a video of it of some way. You will be also sharing it with the class. So keep that in mind as well. As part of your culminating, you'll be sharing it. So you're going to pick your book. You're going to start reading it. One day each week, I will set aside an ISP day, most weeks anyway, the ones that it works for. And so you'll have like 4 days of regular content to do for the course. And then your 5th day, you will be spending on your ISP, either reading or working on your reading journal. So what exactly am I looking for the reading journal? It needs to have 10 entries, and I have exactly listed here what each of those 10 entries should address. So very straightforward here. Each prompt is one entry. So before you even start reading your book, you're going to create a reading schedule. That, again, one of your reading journal entries done. A reflection of why you chose your novel. Okay, that can be done before you even start reading. So you can kind of go through, have a look at what each of the prompts ask you to do here. The first 7 are very specific and self-directed. 8, 9, and 10, you have some choice. So for your final 3 entries, you will choose one prompt from each of these columns. Okay, so one prompt from 8, one prompt from 9, one prompt from 10, and that'll form your 10 entries. Okay, what I'm looking for specifically within these entries, regardless of what the prompt is, I'm looking for very specific detail. So don't just tell me that like John at this point of the novel surprised you. Be very, very specific of why he surprised you. Don't just, tell me that this book reminds you of The Fault in Our Stars. Give me specific reasons, and not just because they both contain characters dealing with hardship. Find some kind of like deeper connection. So the more specific you can get with your details, and the more depth and thought and analysis that you can show in the connections and ideas that you're presenting, the happier you will be with your mark. So again, you're going to choose your novel. As you're reading it, you're going to create your reading journal, 10 entries, one corresponding to each of these prompts. Okay, you'll notice that we have 2 kind of due dates here. So the final project, your entire reading journal, needs to be done by Wednesday, January 8th. However, on November 6th, I'm going to ask you to submit what you have done so far as a midpoint check to make sure that you're on the right track. And for the actual criteria that I'm going to be looking for, the rubrics are also contained in this document here, so you can have a read through the rubrics as well. One other thing, keep in mind that your reading journal should be engaging, and it should also show your understanding in a variety of ways. So instead of just having 10 slides with block of text, images are cool, little notes, annotations, artifacts, links to other things that you've been reminded of while reading your journal. Anything that you can add to kind of make it a interactive or engaging reading journal instead of just words on the page is great. Okay, so I hope that helps clear up maybe some of the confusion you might have had, although I think the instructions are fairly straightforward as well. But as always, just reach out if you have any questions.